No, it's 29 now.
Oh, at the bottom of the chat says
Oh yeah, I don't think the chat exists. What's up, everybody? Flyer Live Podcast. We're back again. We just keep going. Episode 29. We were just talking about this. Occasionally, I forget to update the title, so we lose track. But it's officially episode 29. Flyer Live Podcast. We are a amateur golf podcast. Amateur podcasters, by the way. We don't have any issues today, so maybe we're pros today, but tomorrow we could be amateurs again. But yeah, amateur podcasters. We just talk about amateur golf. We don't talk about pros. We're not as good as pros. They're way better than us. We don't know anything about them. The only time we talk about pros is if we can use them to our advantage, which maybe we will today. We have a topic today that is tournament related. They also play tournament, so maybe we'll dive into pros, maybe possibly, but we'll see. I'm Josh or Jish. Some people know me as Jish. You're Mitch. It's usually us two. Occasionally we have guests. The shows are better with guests, probably.
They might be.
They make us better. They elevate us, I think.
Yeah,
They're more fun than just us idiots talking about golf.
that's true.
Especially just me rambling about nonsense. But for today, it's us two. We're live on YouTube and X at the moment. If you're here with us live, feel free to chat along. We both now, this is relatively new. We just upgrade. Every week we just something small. We both can see the chat now. At least I think you can see the chat.
Yep, I can see the chat.
Perfect. We can both see it now. So that wasn't a thing for a long time. We can both see it. So if you're live with us, send us a message. We'll read it and chat along. It's more fun to hang out with you guys. We are also our replays. If you're not like a live watcher, you can watch the video replay on YouTube and X, same as we are live. You can also now, we're upgrading again, Mitch. You can also just listen. If you don't want to see our ugly faces, you can just listen on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, not YouTube, sorry. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. Those are the four. YouTube, you get video. You can just turn the video off if you want, though.
That's true.
So we're kind of all over the place now. But yeah, you can watch or listen to the replays if you want, or chat along live. We're just trying to build a fun community of golfers, amateur golfers, not pro golfers, because we're not good. That just kind of want to hang out and talk golf and try and get better at golf because we just want to be better. We hate sucking at golf. Is that right, Mitch?
I do really hate sucking at golf, and a lot of days I suck real bad.
Yeah. You like 3 or 4 days ago, you thought you sucked at golf really badly, and you just went to the driving range and spent about 5 hours there.
It was like an hour, but I did figure it out.
What? By the way, what was wrong and what did you fix? Tell us.
Just setup issue. So setup, and then stuff that I was working on with Ryan Mulcahy in my swing. So I was just starting to come across the line again, flare my elbow. I know if you're listening to this, you can't see it, but my back elbow, so my right elbow tends to get away from my body quite a bit and almost starts raising up towards my shoulder instead of staying down. So just working on staying there and getting a little more on plane. So do that and things are better. Although I'm when I do that, I do get to a point where I'm starting to push the ball a little more frequently, which is kind of annoying.
Interesting.
Instead of so I'll play like a little bit of a pull hook, but if it might turn into a push a lot. And my irons were doing that a lot to me on Wednesday at men's league last night.
Hmm.
And it wasn't a ton, it was just like 5 to 10 yards, depending on how far away I was. Just a little bit where I'm just the ball's not starting where I intended. But that's stuff I can just hammer out at the range. We'll get that dialed in.
And when you go to the range, how often, this isn't on our topic list, by the way, but I'm interested. Uh, how often do you video your swing? So you said you were getting a little across the line, some other issues. How often do you video your swing, and are you able to diagnose that situation? So I assume you just can't feel that, so you have to see it, right?
Yep. Yeah, so I have to see it. And then once I see it, I can start going back to my feels to get me back on plane. And then I can feel the difference. But if I'm not practicing a lot, if I'm not going to the range and being intentional and trying to work on my technique, it'll just start coming back because that's just the way I've always swung the club, even though it's not great. I made it work. But yeah, I can't feel it when it starts getting away from me. So I've just got to work my way back to it. But how often do I record myself? It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just going to the range to warm up before a round, never going to record myself. Well, I guess I shouldn't say never. Every now and then, because I have a push cart, so I'll put my camera right on the push cart and just take a look as I'm hitting my first few balls to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But that's pretty rare for the most part. So yeah, usually warm up, not really paying attention to it, just getting there, warming up, getting a feel, make sure the ball hitting good contact, all that. Uh, so maybe a couple times a month now. I should probably do it more, like once or twice a week. But in all honesty, I haven't had as much time this year to practice as I did last year, so I haven't been able to work on it as much. So, but yeah, I should at least once a week be doing it, but probably like once or twice a month right now.
Interesting. Yeah. So I sort of do the same thing. When I go out to practice, I have an idea in my head of what I want or need to work on, and lately it's, by the way, just fucking everything.
Tell me about it.
But occasionally it's like I just don't know. And then when the thought in my brain is I don't know anything, that's when I pull the tripod out, put my phone up on the stand and start recording, which I did today. Um, but yeah, there's a lot. If you're just trying to figure out what's going on and you can't figure it out, just videoing yourself can fix a lot of situations just by looking at it on camera. Because you could be doing something, feel versus real is a thing that everybody likes to talk about. You could just be doing something that you can't tell because it just doesn't feel like you're doing it. And then you put it on camera and it's like, oh shit. Oh yeah, I am way across the line. Now
Mm-hmm.
I can fix that. Or in my case today, um, I've been having issues with my driver for a while. And I put it on camera today. I I cut my driver down 3/4 of an inch, added some weight to it. Still having a little bit. It's better, but not as good as I would like it to be. So I just put it on camera. Looked at it. And I'm like, I'm just leaning over too far, Mitch. I'm just, I'm just I naturally just have like a little bit of a hunched back when I swing.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do. But I was looking at the video. I'm like, boy, that just looks uncomfortable. But I don't notice it's uncomfortable really, and it looks like I'm hunched over a little bit more than I would like to. So I'm like, you know what? That looks weird. I'm just gonna try and stand straight up and down, flat back, flat board, like as I'm leaning up against a wall, basically. Started striping the ball. Put that on camera. Doesn't look like I'm leaning up against a wall. I actually look like I'm a golfer again.
Yep.
And I
Hmm.
would have never figured that out today if I wouldn't have just looked at it on camera.
Fascinating.
It's
So I'm a big proponent of people recording themselves because
yeah,
that's the way you're going to see those issues. If you're just out there swinging, you're like, I don't know what's going on. Like, well, video yourself and actually look at it, because what you're feeling and what you're doing are going to be different. I can guarantee it almost every time.
100%. Unless, by the way, unless you have Tommy Fleetwood's golf coach, and Tommy Fleetwood's golf coach can just watch you swing at all times. You want to go down that road yet? Are you ready?
No, okay, no. So I don't know what road you're trying to go down. Let's not go there yet. We
That
should
that
start.
route is just that route
Well,
is the that's the guy that thinks he can break
mhm.
par in 90 days.
Let's start because we're talking about the range. So let's start with prepping our game for peak tournament play, because we
Okay,
both got some tournaments coming up this
we
year.
do,
I
yeah.
have, well, fun fact, make the announcement right now. I was the third alternate for my club's Ryder Cup team against another local club. I got the call. Keegan called me up. We're in. We're jazzed.
The dogs are
So
jazzed too.
yeah, good. So this Saturday now I got 18 hole or 36 holes to play, one at the other club and then one at my club. So that's going to be awesome. Very much looking forward to that. But then I have we have the MGA four ball
We do.
on August 18th, and then I have the club championship the weekend after that, and then I have the MGA Mid Am the week after that, which you may or may not also be playing in. I don't know yet, but a lot of tournament rounds coming up. So the real question is, how the hell do you prep for that many tournament rounds so that your game is peaking at the right moment? Because so many people, they start peaking way too early, including myself, which I may have already peaked this season. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But yeah, how do you prepare yourself and your game to be at its best or as close to its best as it can for when you need it to be? For me, I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
It just comes down to practice. Like, it's getting back to the technical stuff, making sure my technical stuff is on point. I don't spend a ton of time on it. It's maybe 10, 15 minutes, but just making sure it's on point. And then being very diligent with my game on the range, like or on the putting green. Like today, I had some time after work, so I went to the putting green. I put tees at 8 different spots around the cup. Sorry, 12 different spots. One at 3, 6, and 9 feet. My goal was to make 4 from 3 feet, uh, 3 from 6 feet, and then 2 from 9 feet. That's what I was trying to do in there, like with 4 golf balls. So I have 4 golf balls, make all 4 from 3 feet, then make 3 of 4 from 6 feet, and then 2 of 4 from 9 feet, which is two of like going 50% from 9 feet. Like, we're not doing that on the course, but on the putting green, when you're hitting 4 balls in a row, you're probably going to be able to do that, or just keep going until you do it. But then I, went to some lag putting and things like that, but really trying to focus on those shorter putts, those 3, 6, 9 feet, because those are going to be as amateurs, our best opportunities to make a birdie or save par or even save a bogey. Like,
Mm-hmm.
being
Mm-hmm.
able to hit those putts is going to be important. So just being diligent with my practice on the range, making sure my technical stuff is on point, and then working on especially those shorter putts. You know, that's what I do. What do you do?
Yeah, so I this might surprise you, but I kind of stay away from the putting green when
No.
when events are coming up. Yeah, shocking, I know. I stay away from it in general, but I when I'm playing events, I really want to be able to just feel and remember how I need to and am supposed to swing the club. So,
Mhm.
so I have limited time, as we all have limited time, but I have relatively limited time. So, um, spending like all basically all my time on the range hitting balls is just gonna ingrain in my brain what I'm supposed to do to hit the ball for it to go and spin the way that I want it to. Because I don't have the greatest swing of all time. My swing's kind of crap, but I'm relatively athletic, so if I can just teach my brain how to do it over and over again, then it will, for the most part, just work. So I just try and hit a lot of balls and just make sure I get the feels down that I need to feel, get my swing thoughts down that I need to be thinking about. And in that way, I know that, for example, my driver is going to be somewhat in play for the most part. My irons, I'm going to be able to hit on or close to the green. And then I'm like my putting, I just have a system with putting, my just personally that I know my speed is just going to be good all the time because I just have the system down. Like I'll just go the day of a tournament. All I need to do is go on the putting green and just take 30 minutes and I'll have the speed of the greens down and I'll be fine. Whether I roll the putts in or not, different story, but um as we know, like once you get outside of 7 feet, like it's just a 50-50 or worse chance anyway. So I'm just playing to the numbers basically. I want to make sure that I can get the ball off the tee and be in play because I have a big issue with that. Big issue with that. And then be able to get the ball on the green a lot of times or most of the times or get it close. And then as long as I have okay speed on the greens, I can score okay. So um, yeah, I just kind of stay away from the putting green. Maybe I should. Maybe I should work on some 3 footers more because I do occasionally miss those. But yeah, I just like to be able to know that I can ball strike the hell out of the ball and then take my chances on the green.
So here's my theory, right? So with the long game, from your wedges to your 4 iron, I think Ryan Mulcahy pointed out, he's like, you can't hit something like, you can't hit a long iron like a 5 iron with a bad swing because your
Hmm.
flaws are going to amplify with
Yep.
the less loft that you have. With a wedge or 60 degree, you can get away with a lot of stuff because the ball is not going as far,
Mhm.
doesn't have as much time to go offline and things like that. For putting, I actually think it's the opposite. I think your flaws are exposed the shorter you get
For sure. No,
because
I'm
a
with you.
little pull from 3 feet, you're missing the cut. A pull from 20 feet, you probably
Doesn't
weren't
matter.
making that putt anyway.
Nope.
But 3 to 5 feet, you pull it a little bit, you're missing putts. You're missing your pars. You're not getting up and down because of just little technical issues. Um, so I think that's something that more amateurs should be cautious about, or maybe work on their putting stroke a little bit more, just because again, it's going to get exposed when you're at 3 to 5 feet. Just like your long game is going to get exposed when you get to that 5 iron, 4 iron. You got a bad swing. It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, I also think and this is something I do when I'm starting to get in the mode for tournaments is going out and actually playing. So we were just talking about the range, but going out and playing is like once you have those 3, 4, 5 footers, people love to pick those things up. Not only do they love to pick those things up, but they also love to give them to people. So I'll occasionally will be playing with buddies. Somebody will put it to 3 feet and I'll just whack it back to them because whatever, who cares? But if you're playing and you got this like 3, 4 footer, just try and make that thing. Just
Put everything out.
yeah, just do that. Especially if you're and by the way, especially if you're gonna take that score and post it for like your handicap or whatever, you should putt it anyway. But um, yeah, I mean, I like to be like super serious, locked in on those, like line it up, do my normal routine, try and like do my best to make those when I'm playing, because that kind of helps me simulate, okay, I'm in a tournament now, I need to try and make it. Let's do this thing. Let's try and make it. And to be fair, like to my brain, just like on the putting green or practice green, I can't simulate that. So I don't really like hitting 3, 4 footers on the practice green. Good for like technique and stuff, but it also doesn't get like you don't get the juices flowing a little bit where it's like, oh shit, this 3 footers for par. I need to make this thing. The only way you can get that is, to me, other people can maybe do this, but I'm an idiot. To me, the only way I can do that is like on the golf course. So I like to do a lot of my putting practice on the green where it, or on the golf course where it like actually kind of matters a little bit.
So one thing I would say is just play the clock game, dude. When you
I
go
do I
around,
do like the clock game. I do like that.
you have to make, one putt uh, in each spot, in all four spots, 5 times in a row, around and around and around. When you get to those last few, where it's like, if you don't make them, you're starting over.
Yeah.
Like,
They do get the
it's
juices going, yeah.
a nightmare. But I remember I've done it in high school. I've done it before in the last couple of years, and it's just like you just want to be done. You want to be done with putting practice because putting practice is already kind of boring and it's awful, and most
It's
people hate
very
it, which is
boring,
why
yeah.
they don't do it. But if you can sit there, you can force yourself to go through that whole thing and make every putt. And if you don't, you start over. I I promise you'll get the juices flowing.
You do. You do. However, let me throw this wrench at you, Mitch. If you only have an hour to do it and
So
time's running out, it's like, oh shit, I gotta actually get in the car now.
yeah,
Uh,
that is
then
the problem.
then the pressure kind of relieves a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause it's like I'm out of here regardless. I'm
Yeah.
done.
And that is like a mental thing when you're practicing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna leave anyway, so what? Who fucking cares? And that's the thing for me for sure, and maybe not a thing for everybody else. But no, I do love the clock game that you're talking about though. It's really good. It does get the juices flowing if assuming you have the time, of course. But yeah, because the just the thought and the pain of your brain is like, oh God, if I miss this, I gotta go all the way back. There's a lot of sports that do that too. I mean, it's very popular. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
no,
If you don't have
it's
the
such
time,
a good drill to do for sure.
yeah. If you don't have the time, yeah, just play it on the course where putt everything out, and
You should
which
put everything out on the
you
course
do it,
anyway.
yeah, regardless. Uh, but even like go through your whole routine. Because I know, a lot of times if I'm out a more casual round, I'll just walk up to a 3 footer and tap it
Hmm.
without a care in the world, and I make most of them or almost all of them because just it just kind of happens that way. But I don't think I've ever walked up to a 3 or 4 footer in a tournament ever and just gave it a tap.
No,
So I go through my routine, I look at it, I do all that line up. I'm a line guy, so I put
I
my
am too.
line on where I've got it. So going through that process on the course in rounds leading up to tournament rounds is critical because it gives you
Yeah,
just those mental reps of what you need to do.
yeah. The mental reps are key for the whole entire part of your game, whether it's putting or anything else. If you're just on the range, just whacking balls, just not thinking about anything, and then all of a sudden you're gonna go and play in a tournament, and then you're like, oh, what am I supposed to think about when I'm standing behind the ball with my driver now? Oh, shoot. Like the it's very underrated, like practicing your mental routine, because if you don't practice it, you literally will just go to a tournament and occasionally just forget what you're supposed to do. You go up to the ball on the putting green and you're like, okay, I put the ball down, I line it up. Now what? I forgot because I'm nervous. If you're on the first green and you got like a 7 foot putt, you're a little bit nervous on the like everybody is. You're a little bit nervous on that first putt. Like I want to make this birdie, but oh shit, I haven't practiced this. I forgot what I'm supposed to do after put my ball down. like like practicing that, it's yeah, you're right. It's like super key to just ingrain into your brain of what you're supposed to do so you just won't forget.
Yeah, necessary, 100% necessary.
100, yeah. It it may be that may be more important than just actual technical work. Just trying to train your brain how to be ready for anything that comes your way in tournament play. Whether it's just setting up to your ball or if you hit a shitty shot, like training your brain how to just let it go and be like, okay, I'm just gonna take what the result is and I'm just gonna plan for the next one instead of like, oh, my ball's sitting on an acorn, so I'm fucked. No, it's my ball's sitting on an acorn. I need to get out of this and I'll figure it out. I'll be good at this because I know how to do it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what makes tournament golf so awesome and
Yeah.
also horrible all at the same time. Is you still have to go through your entire process. You still have to hit every shot. You still have to, hole every ball out, regardless of how your day is going. It just have to finish it, and don't be a person who quits.
Yes.
Don't quit just because you had a bad day. A bad day. Go finish it. Go play
Yeah.
the next round.
Yeah, I don't I'm not I'm almost I mean, obviously there's situations where like leaving around is makes sense, whether it weird situations where it makes sense, but for the most part, yeah, just it'll actually make you better. Like you and I have both been on in the situation in like solid tournaments where we're just near last place. I've been there a
Yep.
lot. I don't know how many times you've been there, but I know you've been there once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you get better, especially mentally, by just sitting there like, damn it, I'm gonna be in last place. But if you just grind it out, you will be a better golfer for that because it will just teach you how to grind when things are not going well. Because when you're better at golf and things are not going well, and instead of last place, it puts you in like 10th, and then you can kind of grind your way back into like somewhere where you're contending. You already know how to do that instead of you're having a bad day and, oh, I just give up. I just give up. I just give up. If you know what it takes to just kind of grind back from being not feeling good about what you're doing, that will happen when you're close to the lead. And then like that's Tiger's big thing, right? He just always grinded no matter what, and he just kind of figured it out. He'd have a bad round, and then he'd just dust your ass after the three because he figured it out
Yep.
later. Because he would just
Yeah.
grind at all times.
He did it so much it was ridiculous.
Yeah, just to smash like four balls into the woods, like four holes in a row. Everybody else,
Mhm.
ah, missed cut. I'm out. Like I'll take my appearance fee and
Yeah.
move on. He just
Or
grinded, and then he just finished first.
yeah, everyone else is already calling and changing their flights and getting out of town, and
Yeah,
it's and I think what Tiger was really good at, and again, it's little things that we can learn from people like that, is when a round isn't going your way, whether it's a tournament round like what we're talking about here, or even a casual round, is find something that you want to improve on that day. Like, what can you do to make this a successful round of golf? It could be as simple as, maybe you have a big right miss going the whole day. It's like, okay, how can I fix that? Like, if that's just your only focus, you don't really care. Like, whatever happens with everything else doesn't really matter. It's like, I just need to fix this one thing. And then you keep trying whatever it is to hit a draw, and you just keep going until you hit it. Just find that one thing that you want to work on to find something to, I guess, look forward to and improve on in your round. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, totally. And then you take that and you use it going forward. Like if it's not going to help you in your current route. That's a big part of the mental aspect there is what you're trying to do isn't going to help you like win anything currently. However, what you do the rest of the round when you know you're out of it or you think you're out of it or whatever, what you do the rest of it is going to help you prep for the future. Unless you're just done playing golf forever. Every
Yeah.
shot you take every shot you take can help you prep for your next shot, your next round, your next tournament. Everything you do can help you be better for the next time. Now, if you're grinding to win, fine. Like grind that out and be in the moment and everything. But if you're out of it, which for the most part, most people are out of it. you know, like there's one person that wins a tournament and there's a couple other people that can maybe be in contention. Otherwise, the rest of the people just have no chance to win. You have to
Right.
take like what you're doing that that day, and don't worry about not being able to win. Take what you're doing and be able to learn and apply that to the next time, so that you can be the person that's about to win. That's the way you get better
Mhm.
in tournament. Well, in any golf, but
And,
especially in tournament play.
and in life in
Life
general.
too. Life too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great life lesson. Yeah,
Golf is a great life lesson.
golf is a
But
great life lesson.
speaking of game improvement and getting better, whether that's in tournament or whatever,
This is a great
we
transition, by the way.
we got
This
a little
is
proud.
you're like a pro at this.
Working on it. We got 29 episodes of practice at this, but we kind of ruined it by talking about it.
That's
But anyway,
fine.
so talking about how to develop reasonable expectations for your improvement, whether it's a handicap goal, a scoring goal, you know, placing in a tournament, whatever it happens to be. How do you set reasonable expectations? And this is stemming from that one Reddit post that made the rounds on the internet of a 15 handicap shooting level par in 90 days. Like, so this guy is going to record every day on YouTube,
Hmm.
spent all of his money, all of his time. Like he said, he made the point to say practicing like a tour pro. So I'm assuming that means 8 to 10 hours a day, focused exclusively on golf for the next 90 days.
That sounds right to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So to begin, I don't think he can do it.
Yeah.
It's,
Me and you
it's
both.
a big leap, a big leap. Uh, so what's your first thought on a 15 handicap being able to shoot even par in 90 days?
I mean, my first thought is the same as yours. It's just not possible. I tweeted this, and I would really be interested because there's a lot of discourse in this. A lot of people are like, oh, like if the course is shorter and he hits it kind of far because he's working with Tommy Fleetwood's golf coach,
Yep.
and then also with some did he say Charlie Hall's fitness coach or something like that? Something like
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Um, so basically that means that he's trying to get a better swing and be more in shape to hit the ball farther.
Mhm.
So people are like, okay, if it's a short course and he hits the ball farther, no problem. So my thought is, as somebody that's broken par before, and you have also broken par before, um, it ain't that easy.
It's really not.
It's not as easy as, hey, it's 6,000 yards and I hit the ball 300 yards. I'm just gonna hit it on the green every time and make a bunch of birdies and I'm gonna make level par.
Mhm.
That's not how golf scoring goes. So I tweeted and I was like, I would be very interested to see the breakdown of like of people that have broken par, what their answer to this would be, because most of the people that I saw commenting and saying that's impossible, good golfers.
Mhm.
Like you and I have broken par before or close. Most of the people that I've seen that have said, "Oh, it can be done if it's a shorter course." 15 handicaps. Never broken 80 before.
15
So,
handicaps who just haven't gotten there because they don't have the time and the
yeah.
money, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about because I tweet this every now and then where I just put out the graph for what a learning curve is.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult to describe to anybody who's listening to this, but if you're watching, right, a learning curve, it goes up really, really, really fast. And then it kind of hits the spot where it plateaus. And then it's very small incremental improvements. It's still going up, but the pace in which you're improving begins to decline really, really fast.
Hmm.
And basically it's almost exponential for the amount of time and effort you have to put in order to gain that incremental improvement. So that happens a lot, and that's why it's so much easier to go from a 30 handicap to a 10 handicap than it is a 10 handicap to a 0 handicap,
Yeah.
or a 0 handicap to a +3.
Yeah.
Like, because you can only get so good, right?
Right.
Like, Tiger at his peak isn't going to show up at any Muni course and shoot 14 under par. Like, even Tiger at his peak, like, that's not going to happen. Is he going to go and shoot low 60s without ever seeing the course? Probably. But is he going to shoot in the 50s? Probably not. On a rare occasion, he might. But
Hmm.
there's a cap, even for the greatest players to ever play the game. There's just a cap. That's just how this works. Um, so when you extrapolate that out to a 15 handicap, who's probably averaging what, like a 92
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah. Probably.
so he's trying to shave 20 strokes off to shoot even par, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, it's a tall ask. That's very tall.
My favorite thing, I this is another tweet I did, is I said there's a lot of people on this thread that have never tried Ryan Mulcahy's 100-yard challenge. That that will tell you right there. You just do that, and that will tell you how hard it is to score in golf. 100 yards. It's
I,
hard.
I did it. I would have to find
I
my
did it
post.
too.
I remember doing it, and I only did it for 9 holes. But I think I was even, or maybe one under from the 100 yards. But if I remember correctly, I think I only had 2 shots inside of 10 feet, and I had 2 shots that were outside of 40 feet.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not an easy thing to do,
Yeah,
even
the
from a
the
100 yard.
distance thing just doesn't matter. I mean, it matters because you're closer to the hole, and we know being closer to the hole makes your chances to score higher, but it doesn't make your chances to score go from 0 to 80%. It makes your chances to score go from 30% to 40%. Like, it's very small. It matters, but it doesn't matter that much.
Right.
Yeah, and
So,
and
like,
all you have to do is the 100-yard challenge to figure that out. Like, I did
yeah.
it too, and your
So,
results
like,
are similar to mine.
right. So for me, like, what, roughly 22% or whatever my shots ended up inside of 10 feet. And of those, I'm going to only make 30% of them.
Hmm.
So, like, of the two that I got in, I'm not going to make either of those, most likely,
Right.
which is kind of wild when you stop to think about it that way. Just your probability of scoring and go is that low. And then the further you get away from the hole, the lower that probability gets over and
Yep.
over and over.
Yep.
Which makes this guy's challenge kind of, to be honest, just I just don't see it happening that fast.
It just can't.
Like,
It can't.
like he's going to improve a lot. Like, if
A
he's
hundred
spending
percent. Yeah,
6 hours a day, I could see him getting down to like a 5 handicap,
for sure. In three
and
months, for
maybe
sure.
getting close to shooting mid to low 70s once or twice in there in the next 90 days. Um, I could easily see that. But shooting even par, like, it's both it's several things, right? It's a skill issue. He
Hmm.
has to improve his skill, which takes practice and time. Then it's also a mental issue.
Hmm.
And I'm sure you've seen this. I've seen it. I know most people I've talked to who have had, scoring goals have seen it too. Um, the closer you get to your goal, the harder it is to obtain mentally.
A
Like,
hundred percent.
you step up to a hole. Let's say it's hole 18. It's like, okay, if I par this hole, I break 80 for the first time. And then how many stories do you hear of somebody pumping a ball OB
Just doubled it.
immediately on that
Yep.
tee? Right away. Like,
I did it
it's
myself a bunch of times when I was trying to break 80 for the first time. I knew I had to break 80 and just ball's gone. See ya.
right. Which brings me to the point I was going for there is that in order to get close to even par, you have to have more and more opportunities to shoot even as you're coming down the stretch.
For sure.
Because your first time, you're probably not going to do it. Your second time, you have a better chance, probably still not going to do it. The fourth or fifth time, you might finally get there, but you just have to get closer and closer and closer to that goal that you want, and then eventually it just kind of happens.
Yeah, 100%. And there's another piece of this just for this guy. If we're just talking for like random people that are not like posting this to the internet and they're just like texting their buddies and they're like, "Hey, I might break par soon." Like they're just going out and playing and then they're with their buddies. It's a relaxed situation for the most part. Maybe there's a couple holes where like I need to par birdie this to have a chance. For this guy, he's putting it on YouTube. And not only is he putting it on YouTube, he is also now broadcasted to the entire golf world. So now the entire golf world is in on this. Put a camera behind you and play golf for 18 holes. I've done it a handful of times. It's hard to play golf when there's a camera behind you, and in the back of your mind, it's like there's somebody out there that's judging me right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody out there watching me that's gonna tell me I'm a shitty golfer if I hit a bad shot, or anything. Like when the camera's behind you and everybody's watching you, it's hard to play golf. So not
Really is.
only not only does he have all of those things you just mentioned, all the mental things plus the skill situations, he's putting a camera behind himself. Like it's just so impossible to do this. I If it happens, it's one of the more insanely lucky things in golf that have ever happened. More lucky than any hole in one that's ever happened, probably. And
Now,
those are rare, by the way.
yeah, they're very rare.
You have one?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
Anyway, so like we don't know everything about this guy. So if he's a 15 handicap who's been playing for a year, maybe he's younger, like in his early teens, and he's getting all of this done that early in life, I think it increases the probability that he gets there. But if he's a 30-year-old who has all of these habits set in, been playing golf for a long time as a 15 handicap, I mean, you have to break all of those habits and build new ones to do it versus somebody who's just starting where you're building habits without having the previous ones set in stone for the last 10, 20 years. It's a little bit easier. I still don't think it's going to happen, but I would say it's more likely.
So I have an interesting thought about that. I think there's offsetting issues there. If you're a new person that's green to golf and you're just figuring out the golf swing or whatever, and then you get a better golf swing, a good golf swing doesn't mean that you can put ball in cup quickly. There's there's a mental there's a mental situation going on there to by the way, especially course management. If you're new, like that's just a concept people can't figure out quickly. um but it's very mental to just learn how to score. So if you're new to golf, like just learning how to score is hard. So even if you have the most beautiful swing of all time, putting the ball in the cup is hard.
It is.
On the other side, if you're a veteran and you have done this for a while, you play tournaments, blah blah blah, then yeah, you have those creeping thoughts in your brain of I know what I'm supposed to do with my new technical situations, but also like you said, you just went to the range the other day and all of a sudden or today or yesterday, whatever it was, and all of a sudden the club's going behind your head again. Like
Mm-hmm.
that, those things just happen because they're just so locked in. So on both ends, there are issues where the veteran people just there's just things you're just gonna go back to, and on the other side, it's just new people just don't know how to get the ball to the cup quickly. Even if you have a beautiful swing, it's hard to do. It's just hard to do.
It is. And I guess I would say this too, that there's statistical outliers, right? There's
Of
certain
course, of
people who
course.
are just very good at picking up skills. And for all we know, like this guy could be one of them.
For sure.
So, I mean, everything kind of depends. But again, that's where it comes back to if he's a 15 handicap and been playing golf for 10 years, he's probably not one of those people
No.
who just can pick up a game, because I know some good athletes who just start playing golf because they graduated college or whatever, and now this is all they got left because their college days are done, and they get to be single digit handicaps real quick without
Oh yeah.
any coaching whatsoever. And those people exist. They're outliers. We don't know who this guy is, but I think that's where maybe we should take this conversation a little bit now. Is like, for the average person, not this guy, what are some reasonable expectations for, let's just keep it as a handicap. Like if somebody's a uh, 15 handicap today, just the average person, and they want to get better, but they also have a job, they're married, maybe they have a kid or whatever going on, how quickly can they expect to lower their handicap if they have a reasonable amount of time to actually practice? Like they can go and they can practice for a couple hours a week and they can play one round a week. And it's in our area where there's winter. So there's like 4 to 5 months that they're not playing golf at all outside.
Yeah, I
What do you think
mean,
a reasonable time is?
yeah, I mean, with the amount of time that you're saying, I mean, at a 15 handicap, it's a slow roll. So once you start getting down to, I mean, you can get from a 15 with regular practice, regular playing. In your scenario, that's an option. Just by playing and practicing, like you can bring a 15 down to a 10 or a 9 or 8. Like a lot of people do that. There's a billion stories out there where people are like, I started at a 20, all I did was just play 100 rounds and now I'm a 10. Like that just happens. Just athletes for the most part, or just as people that aren't athletes, but you just play a lot. You just kind of figure it out and you figure out course management and stuff as you go. You'll just bring your handicap down. So you'll get down to a 10, 9, or 8. If you're playing regularly, that feels fine. Going farther than that requires just so much time and effort and practice that like you have to sacrifice other things is where I'm going with this. Is I think if you're starting at a 15 and you want to be somewhere down to like a 0, 1, or 2, you have to sacrifice other things in life, whether it's work or whatever, to take the extra time to practice to be better. You just need so much time in golf.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's reasonable. What I was when I was thinking about this, when we were going to talk about this tonight, I was like, I think 50% per year reduction in handicap feels about right if you have enough time to play and practice.
Yeah, and the time is just the key. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Assuming that you have, at least a couple hours a week to work on your game, plus play a round or two. So let's call it 10 to like 14 hours a week, where you have time to dedicated time to either be playing around or practicing, like 10 to 14 hours a week. Um, I think you could reduce it by 50% per year, assuming that you can practice properly. Maybe you get some coaching in there, and that's where some of your practice is. But 50% per year. So, 15 gets down to that 7, 8 ish. And then the next year, that 7 or 8 gets down to a 3.5 or a 4, and then down to like a 2 ish, and then a 1. And then again, that's where that learning curve comes in,
Yep.
where you're not going to go from a 1 to a +4 in the same year. You might get from a 1 down to a 0.5 or scratch, and then maybe you'll start creeping into the plus side a little bit. uh, but that feels about right to me.
Yeah.
uh, I don't know if you disagree or agree with that,
No,
but
I
it feels
I
right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That feels fair to me. And like you said, that requires like the same amount of effort at all times. So yeah, you're once you get to a 1, like you shouldn't expect to go from a 2 to a 1 and then a 1 to a 0, because it's harder to go from a 2 to a 1 from a 1 to a 0. No, I actually like that a lot. again, assuming that you have the same amount of time and everything throughout all of those years. A lot of people, as people go, as you're getting better at golf, you're getting older, and things in life happen. You have
Yep.
kids, you get married, or you just are getting old. You can't hit the ball as far, or you're just you don't have as much time to go out because you're going to bed earlier or whatever. It's that's a real thing. So yeah,
Life,
there's just a
life
whole lot
happens.
of situations that happen as you get older. You just don't have as much time. So um, need to manage your expectations that way too. If you have the time to do it, you should expect to get better. And if you aren't, then call Ryan Mulcahy and he'll fix you.
Yeah, he should give us a sponsor leak with the amount of times that we name drop him.
Call
Like,
Dan
give us
Winters too, by the way. Ryan
yeah,
Mulcahy or Dan Winters, one of those two. They will
yeah.
fix you.
Somebody can fix you.
Somebody will fix you.
Yeah, again, yeah. And with us amateurs, it really does come back to time because last year I had a stupid amount of time to practice. This year I've had less. I've gotten better because I've been able to play quite a bit on the weekends, and I've been able to transfer my skills that I've been able to obtain over the last couple of years into my game now, and still get some decent amount of play in, even if I'm not practicing as much. Um, but as life goes on, it's very likely that I don't have as much time. You got two kids, you're married. Like, a lot of people are in similar boats where your kids are going to get older, they're going to get into sports, and then if that sport isn't playing golf with you, you're sacrificing some of your time to go be at their sporting events, and now you're
Exactly.
not practicing as much. It's a very common thing that everyone comes to. Even though I think we all want to get better at golf, it's a horrible realization that, yeah, eventually life will get in the way. Your game will decline. So maybe you get to a scratch or a five handicap or whatever it is, and then the years go by, and now it's 10 years later, and you're like, God, I just wish I could get back to a five again. But now you're like 45, 50 years old. It's like you're playing as an eight or a nine handicap now. That might just be where you are until you
Yeah.
have, unless you can find some time to get more practice in. But I think the whole point of this conversation was just we need, as amateurs, to have reasonable expectations on how improvement works and how fast you can get there. And unless you are a highly skilled athlete with 8 hours a day to practice with some great coaches, you're probably not going to go from a 15 to a zero. And if you're an average Joe who has time and resources to pay for all the coaching and do all the things, you're probably not going from a 15 to a zero. You'll probably gain the skills required to get there eventually, but it's probably not happening in 90 days.
No. 90 days is very short, by the way.
It's a
That
very short.
I love that they say 90 days to make it sound like that's very long because 90 is a big number. It's 3 months.
Yeah,
That's not long.
no, not at all. It's basically one golf season in Minnesota.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's fucking August already.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
3 months have gone by like in an instant here.
Yep,
There was just snow on the ground, and we're thinking about snow again. 3 months is not very long.
it's really not.
And by the way, that should all of that to say, that should help. Hopefully, if you can take that in and internalize it a little bit, should help you enjoy golf a little bit more. Just know how much time and that you have to put into golf, and understand that it requires a whole lot of fucking time to get better. And if you just don't have that, and you're going out and playing golf and you're like, I'm a 10, but I know I got a 70 in me, and you just never shoot 70 because you just don't have the time to practice to shoot 70. If
Mhm.
you just understand that you don't have, like, you'll just go out and play golf and have a better time. And golf is hard enough, and we just need to not worry about that so much, especially if we don't have enough time. Just have fun playing golf. Golf is
Hey,
meant to be fun. There's 7 people on earth that play golf for money. real money, like life-changing money.
Mhm.
The rest of us, we're just here for fun. Let's just play golf
Right.
for fun, you know?
Hey, that's why net golf events exist, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
When you're older and your handicap is going to shit because you don't have time, because you got kids, because you got work obligations, you can still go play, have fun, compete with the boys, and maybe even win some club events as a sandbag and rat, as a
Yes.
when everyone knows you're a three.
I hope you do some damage in your ride. Wait, when does that start, by the way? We're gonna loop this. Look at this.
Saturday.
We're looping this all the way back to the beginning. God, we're so good at this. When does that start again? Your Ryder Cup?
Saturday. So it's all on Saturday. It's 18 holes in the morning at one club, and then 18 holes in the afternoon at my club, lunch in between. It's going to be a long day, grueling day. I
Yeah.
have no idea what the matches look like, if it's similar to Ryder Cup, as if I'm just playing one person 18 for 18 holes and then playing a different person for 18 holes. And then I play for respect.
Yeah.
Well,
I do
you're
like
not
that.
going to find that here. Anyway,
Bragging rights and respect. I like that, Dylan. I like that.
it is good. Uh, but yeah, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. I've never played in this before. Didn't have the opportunity to last year, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So it's an interclub thing then. It's
It is an
your
inter-
club. So it's you. So instead of it being like you're United States and somebody else in the club is like the UK, you are Summerby, and that's your Ryder Cup team, and then you're
Yep,
playing against another club who is another Ryder Cup team.
yep. 12 guys in
Interesting.
each team, so there'll be
Interesting.
24 of us
Interesting.
playing against each other.
That's cool. I like that. That's cool. Are the clubs like close? Is it like local?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Local club.
Interesting.
So we'll
I'm looking
see.
forward to that. I'm not in a private club yet, as you know.
I'm just hoping that I don't have to play like a 20 handicap, and that they pair us up
Oh
with
no.
people relatively close to our
It's all
handicaps. And
net. It's all net.
oh yeah, it's net.
Perfect. Yeah.
Everything is net, man. Everything.
Surely nobody is working on their handicaps for the Ryder Cup, surely.
Oh, of course not. Zero people would ever want to inflate their handicap for the purposes of winning a net event,
Especially a Ryder Cup.
especially a Ryder Cup.
Bringing the cup home to the home course.
I don't even know if there's a trophy for this.
There's got to be a traveling trophy. There's got to be.
All I know is we get a shirt, we get lunch, and we get dinner.
Ooh.
That's all I got. And the round of golf, obviously.
Oh, so you guys get like matching uniforms and stuff?
I don't know.
Uniform
I
like
don't know if it's polo or if it's just like a t-shirt. I don't know. My
interesting.
my uh my guy at my club, he just emailed me today
Is
saying
it a
that they
one
need.
day thing?
It's a 1 day thing.
Oh, just a one day thing.
36 holes.
36 holes in one day.
Yep.
Interesting.
Showtime.
Interesting.
It'll be
That
fun.
does sound fun.
See where it goes. But with that, we will be back next week. I will fill you in on the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Then we will be preparing for our four ball and then the MGA Mid Am, my club championship. There's a lot of stuff going on with us tournament wise in August. It should be a fun month. Should have some
Yeah.
good things to talk about on here, some good breakdowns.
Yeah.
Probably some sad stuff, depending because net golf and stuff. But regardless, though, we will be right here streaming live on X and YouTube at 8 p.m. Central Normal Time with audio episodes on Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and
Spotify.
Spotify.
Nailed
That
it.
other one.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So make sure if you're listening to this, go subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers by the end of the year. And stop by whatever audio place, give us a 5-star review, positive comment. Everything helps. Just trying to grow this community of amateur golfers and talk golf, talk tournaments, talk whatever comes our way. That's all I got.
Yes. That's all I got too.
Perfect.
All
Sounds
right.
like fun.
Perfect. That's a great